Hey there everyone, this is Zare, welcoming you back to Pokemon Crystal on this glorious Thursday afternoon. So, first things first, you may be asking yourself, Zare, weren't you in Goldenrod? The answer to that is, I was. But, in my rush to get to there and fight Whitney, I skipped over so much stuff. So, let's fix that. First of all, as soon as you rescue that Farfetch from Elex Forest, come back to Azalea Town and hit up this shop. And with that, we get the charcoal. Much like some of the other items we've been collecting on our quest, this is a hold item that you can give to Pokemon, and this particular one will boost up the power of fire moves. Unfortunately, that doesn't help our party just yet. And if you really like charcoal, you can actually head up to this mart here and buy one for 9,800, but free is a lot cheaper than 9,800, and you probably only need the one if that. Next up, when you drop an apricorn rather, off of Kurt, he'll take a full day to get your ball ready. Well, we took about a week. So, Kurt has just lied to us. This ball did not turn out great. So we get the fast ball, and it says it's a ball for catching fast Pokemon. But they kinda glitched the ball out. The intended method was to have it have a boosted catch rate against Pokemon with really high speeds and those that would run away from battle. But instead, it's really good at catching Magnemite, Grimer, and Tangela. And that's it. So maybe we'll keep that in mind if we ever encounter one of those. Next, we gotta get through the Elex Forest. Not a lot for us right here. We're off. Almost made it. Well, we got here a lot quicker though. That wasn't very effective. Hey, next thing I forgot. Talk to this lady right here. And we got Sweet Scent. I went over this when we caught Oddish, but once more for good measure, use that on the field, and Pokemon will start to flock towards you. You can also use it in battle to lower your opponent's evasion. Next thing I forgot. This entire route, just about. get a lot of free XP out of this. Just a little bit more. I think poison should be good. It will learn Peck, but we're 10 levels higher than it. But if it's going to learn critical hit me, that might not matter. Still fine. Oh no, wait, it used another Leer, didn't it? Yeah, now's a good time to get Mola out of there. Another thing I got wrong. Rage does not boost your attack in this generation. Rage is a special counter that only boosts Rage used on consecutive turns. Which is why Scratch was so unimpressive, after all that hard work went into it. Alright, new Pokemon, Snubbull. The normal type, fairly decent attack, but rather slow. It's good if you can work around that shortcoming, but it's very interesting to catch because this is one of those few Pokemon that would have been really good to have a fastball for. Snubbull will just randomly decide to up and run away as you're trying to catch it. Do it. Indeed, this thing is the fairy Pokemon. Well, when fairy Pokemon actually becomes a thing, yeah, it'll switch over. But fairy is not what I get from this or its evolution. Okay, so there's Hoppip. If you were playing during the day or the morning, you would have probably encountered a couple of these by now. Poison. Unique typing in Grass and Flying. They are quite speedy, and they learn a lot of different status type moves. If you want something to be really annoying, this would be a pretty good bet. Though, you do have to watch out for his 4x weakness to ice. Oh yeah! If you catch one, good luck on those early levels because, like Magikarp before it, it learns Splash. And of course this is where translations get interesting. Because Splash is not supposed to be about splashing it. Ooh, that's bad. Not supposed to be splashing about in water, it's supposed to be jumping around, which is why Hoppip gets it. But because it was an exclusive move of Magikarp at the time, they decided to take some liberties and make it Splash, and now here we are. Splashing Cottonweeds. And Synthesis. Heals you up to half HP. It's more effective during the day over the morning and night. There are ways to make it even more effective. In the meantime, this is not working out. Let's just speed this up a little bit. She even has a Bulbasaur. Talk to her again. Picnic Regina is a very useful number to have. She'll periodically call you to find leaf stones that you can come and pick up from her. And elemental stones are extremely rare in this game. They are not available in stores like they were in Gen 1. So it's a good idea to be on the lookout for some of these guys. We'll go to sleep this time. It's nice to be able to pick and choose your status ailment with Molo, though I hope you start getting some better attacks. That doesn't do anything for you. Oh! Sometimes enemy trainers will actually give their Pokemon items, especially the Pokéfans. That's a nice new dimension to the challenge, but not something you can't overcome. Mom's calling. Alright. Send up Banky. A fast fighting type should go down pretty easily to Molo, though. Diglett will go down really fast. New move, Magnitude. Magnitude will select a random number, and based on the number it chooses, it will do more or less damage. Magnitude 10 capping out at ridiculous levels of damage. All worthless if you got Flying type. But it's a huge roll of the dice whenever you go up against or use it. Now, sadly, police officers. You become those suspicious individuals if you're walking around at night. For some reason, they decide that little 10-year-old kid wandering around after hours, big threats to the safety of society. And we are running low on PP, so let's top that up. I do want to catch one more Pokemon. I'm getting a call from the bike shop. So what was once a loan is now ours to keep. He'll never actually take the bike away from you, just so long as you use it a certain amount, he'll call you and say you're good to go for the rest of the game. You're not the Pokemon I want to catch. And yet, here you are. Well, there are Abra on this route. As mentioned before, if you're having difficulties with Whitney and Crystal version, you can try to pick up one of these, and then trade it for the Machop in the department store. Trouble is actually catching one of them. You need either a fast Pokemon to put it to sleep and then whittle it down, or to just throw a ball immediately and hope you get lucky. There it is. Ditto may be an old Pokemon, and it's not gonna get any evolutions. But it's still a very useful capture. And a very fortuitous location to find it in. Oof. That's gonna take a while. Well, let's just go with it. Ah! I guess we're gonna do this the hard way. Actually, I don't particularly like doing this. Because he's so much stronger and it took so long to find Ditto. Maybe if I tap it a little with Rage. Oh yeah, that'll be fine. Don't crit. Probably gonna wake up now. I'll take it. Awesome. So, as mentioned before, and I'm sure I've even mentioned it today, Ditto, absolutely instrumental in breeding. Good to have it because we'll be doing some of that later. Though mostly off screen. Next stop. This is Bill's house. No, underground. Plant this last trainer. Okay, pretty powerful Pokemon here, but we should have more than enough levels to take care of it. Not even those cut. Did I fight that guy? I must have. Yeah. Right, next stop. Department store. We are running low on balls. Yeah, you're all medicine. So you should have what I want. And we even get some great balls. We still got a couple of Pokeballs in there too. One last stop. Once you've beaten Whitney, you can drop by this place. There's a wiggly tree out on Route 36. Let's check it out. I think you've got something for me, but I don't have room for it. That's Andrew. Good times. Too bad you're totally outclassed now. So Meryl is a largely unassuming Pokemon. It is going to get much better in the generations to come, but for now, it's sort of middle of the road. It is still adorable, and it is the Pokemon responsible for sending up all that Peekaboo stuff back in the 90s. Okay, that's a bad matchup. Ah, harsh. It's okay, you're not much better. These two seem to have a bit of a problem with grass types. I think your speed will probably be a problem. I see you've gotten around that speed problem just fine. Not just yet. It's just too cute to evolve just yet. It's not gonna do a lot here. Okay, these two can get you caught into 2 consecutive battles if you're not careful. Ah, yes, this guy. He's got a lot of Voltorb of various levels. Sort of like the Magikarp trainers of old. I think I can still one-shot you. Last one I'm not so sure about. I was wrong this time anyways. Good news is, I don't believe Voltorbs get electric attacks this low. But you will want to watch out for Sonic Boom, which is a guaranteed 20 damage, so long as you're not packing a Ghost type. For me, it doesn't matter. Poison will finish him off. Ooh, fire breathing. Might be a problem for Molo. Wade's got news for us. Well, that's quite fortuitous. If you come out here on Thursday, Tuesday, or Saturday, you'll find the bug catching contest going on. And it's a special capture contest with a bunch of fun little rules. But suffice it to say, you can catch a lot of rare bug-type Pokemon and get some good items out of it as well. No, I don't want to use Oddish. So we are only limited to one Pokemon. TikTok may be extremely powerful, but Rage is extremely weak. So I think that will help us in capturing new bugs. Very similar to the Safari Zone, you get 20 special balls and a time limit. This time limit is actually based on in-game time, not your steps though, so don't dawdle around. You'll be able to catch exactly one Pokemon. Now, you can catch a Pokemon and then keep searching and catch a new Pokemon, at which point you'll be given the option to either keep the Pokemon you had, or switch over to a new one. And the bug Pokemon you'll find here severely run the gamut. You will get Weedles, and you will get Pincers. But it doesn't really matter which species you catch. Obviously, if you're looking for a particular wow! Hello! If you're looking for a particular species, by all means go for that, and accept that maybe you won't get the prize. Because the prize is not based on the best bug-type Pokemon, it's based on the one with the best inherent values. And that means, and you will find this frequently, Caterpies can beat out Scythers. Just a casual wild Beedrill. And immediately after that, Butterfree. Now, aside from these and the Cocoons, these are probably the only... well, these are the only evolved Pokemon that you're gonna find. Every other Pokemon will be in its base form. There you are. Now, I am looking for Scyther in particular for two reasons. One, it gains a move pretty early on that is absolutely amazing for catching new Pokemon. And for that reason, it is extremely useful to pick one of these up. There are a couple other Pokemon that will learn the same move, but this isn't until much later in the game. Secondly, Scyther gets a new evolution. Everyone rejoice. suit's interesting attack. Dark types, so you'll be able to cover all those psychics and ghosts that you'll be going up against. But also, its power increases if the Pokemon is trying to run away or is getting switched out. And if the Pokemon is being switched out, it will do the damage before that transaction occurs. So you can knock out a weak Pokemon before it's able to retreat to safety. That's pretty close. Worth mentioning that you'll want to keep your singular Pokemon healthy, because if you get knocked out, that's the end of your contest there. Yeah, we got it. Only 3 balls. I am fully satisfied with the Scyther we caught, but I do want to see at least one other interesting Pokemon to show what happens if you catch it. And Metapod is not that Pokemon. Not sure why not. We've already caught a Scyther. This is all the information you're given to make an important decision with. Which unfortunately is not enough to win you contests. But I think we'll stick with our Scyther. Now, you can wait out the 20 minutes, or you can force your Pokemon to faint, or you just come out here and you can end it off early. Okay, 3rd place was Camperberry. I got 2nd place. The winner is... Well, at least I lost to another Scyther. That's not so bad. Okay, so... prizes for that contest. If you get 3rd place, you'll get a gold berry, which is very similar to a berry. It'll heal your Pokemon up if they get too low. The difference being that it will heal you 30 HP. So significantly better, though not particularly overwhelmingly so. what we got for second place is the Everstone, which is another hold item. You give it to a Pokemon, they will no longer evolve. This includes trait evolutions, stone evolutions, and level evolutions. And you may wonder, why would you want that? Well, if you're like me and you like keeping Pokemon in their base forms so that they can learn a couple more moves, you might want to throw this on so that you're not hitting B every time you're trying to... every time you get a level up. And if you just want to troll your friends, trade over your Kadabra, and just slip one of these on, that's an option too. And in fact, one of the games will actually do that to you as well. That said, Everstones will get a lot more useful in the generations to come. Are you kidding me? Well then, this is Yanma. This is an extremely fast bug-flying type Pokemon, and you will normally encounter it 1% of the time in this very area. This is another one of those swarming Pokemon, so there is the off chance that we've stumbled into a swarm. But still, the chances of this are kind of blowing my mind at the moment. Let's weaken you up a little bit more. Alright, great. Nap time. Back to the Great Balls. Drop back in for some healing. Actually, I want to free up a little bit of space. Can I do that? Yes. Alright, time to find out if the swarm was active. So this guy will get you a phone number, and he will tell you whenever the Yanma are swarming here. We don't need to deal with them now. Yeah, this basically confirms it. Abra don't appear when Yanmas are swarming. That's kind of incredible. That TMO4 rollout, Whitney's favorite move. Now the power is in your hands. Though come to think of it, she never used it against us, did she? So, may as well explain what it does. Rollout is a fairly weak rock-type attack that will lock you into it over the course of several turns. However, so long as you keep hitting with Rollout, its power will double each consecutive turn. So I think it starts at 20 base power, and then on the next turn it'll do 40, and then 80, and then 160. It will cap out at 5 uses, and it doesn't have the best accuracy out there, so it is liable to miss itself. That should switch Mola back up front because it needs more XP. Okay, so the reason I wanted to clear out spot is you talk to this guy. He's stuck on guard duty, but he wants to deliver mail to his friend. So for talking to this guy, we get Kenya! Fairly standard Spearow, nothing incredibly amazing. But you can break several rules and laws and take a peek at what's inside this letter. Dark cave leads to another road. Neat. You may be waiting for a while, Uncle Ralph. Now, Spearow is nothing incredible, but should you want to keep it, but also do your civic duty, you can switch that mail off and put it on another Pokemon, and just hand that over to the recipient. So we head over here. We get the Quick Claw. That pretty much sums it up. Quick Claw is another hold item, only instead of boosting the power of any moves or being consumed as you eat it, it'll stay there and will randomly let your Pokemon move first, regardless of its speed. While its random nature doesn't particularly make it amazing for competitive battles, it's still a pretty useful in-game item. Especially if you throw it on something like, say, a Slowpoke that was never going first ever. And that gives us the Dig TM. Pretty powerful ground-type move at this stage of the game. Happens over the course of 2 turns, but the first turn you use it on, you'll be almost completely untouchable. I think at this point only Swift is able to touch you, and that's not exactly a common move. Though, as it is a 2-turn move, it will make you pretty predictable pretty quickly. And because it's a ground type, your opponent just needs to switch into a flying type, and you've just wasted 2 turns. Oh. Before I get too far ahead of myself, let's not abandon new Pokemon. And there it is! Sunkern only come out during the day, not the morning, not the night. And they are some of the weakest Pokemon out there. Evolution doesn't help it that much, it does help it. But across the board, it's got some of the lowest stats, and I believe it does hold the record for the lowest base stat total of any Pokemon. And I didn't want to poison it, so I'm glad that missed. That said, it gets a much better move than we have at this point. It's like Absorb, but slightly better. Really? Well, this doesn't really do anything for us. It's basically a Pokeball. Are you kidding? drag that out a lot more than he had to. But if that's karma for an easy Yanma, then I'll take it. That said, now I want to go back and get some more Great Balls. Yeah, no, I'm not dealing with you again. Good old Pachelbel's cannon. Really want trainers are ready to battle you in the grass in the national park so long as the contest isn't going on. Not particularly interested at this point. Okay, Iceberry. If I recall correctly, that heals burn. Which is a pretty nice play on the turn because you expect it to deal with freeze. Just by the name. Yep, self-heal for burn. No, not my thoughts! Okay, I don't remember this trainer, but unless he's had some TMs handy, he's not going to be doing anything to Molo. He has a TM handy. It's annoying, but not exactly something that's going to end this. Wrap this up quickly. About your new weakness. Oh, now he's getting serious. So down here, this is where Arnie was. You can skip over National Park, but you have to walk through a bunch of grass anyways. Up to you whether it's worth it. And now we wait. Unlike Arnie, we will want to talk to this guy again. So for registering Alan's number, he'll periodically call us in whenever he finds a Firestone. The same deal as with Gina applies. Firestones are incredibly rare and are required to evolve certain Pokémon. Really, you're gonna make us walk back there? This wiggly tree. Nothing can be done about it. Even if we had a Pokemon with Cut, it wouldn't react. At least not in the way we want it to. So now that we've beaten Whitney, and we've talked to her sister, we go all the way back to Goldenrod. Talk to the flower shop lady, and get a squirt bottle. That was more complicated than it needed to be. Alright, with all that done, you want to save right here. Talk to the tree once more. It's a weird tree, use the squirt bottle. Yes. Alright, this Pokemon. I absolutely love its design. It's a petrified tree, and as such, you may expect it to be a grass type, but no! It dislikes the squirt bottle because it's a rock. That's that out of the way. You will want to be careful, because this is the only Sudowoodo in the game. If you don't catch it now, you just don't catch it. Unfortunately, from the list of Pokemon that would be really good for Whitney, this is one of them. And you can't get it until after you've expressly beaten Whitney. Anyways, we saw it use Mimic back there. Mimic will copy the last attack it saw so long as it remains in battle. So now it knows how to absorb. It's almost like it was a grass type the whole time. Well, that was close. Got it. Alright, so with that tree cleared up. Look familiar? Here we have Arthur. Of Thursday. So because we came and visited him on a Thursday, we get a Hardstone. Which, like other hold items, will boost up rock-type attacks. Okay, so... that out of the way. Time to do a little bit of backtracking. Thing. If we head over here, get a Bitterberry, but more importantly, we'll find the guardsman's friend. He's taking a nap here. And for our troubles, we get TM50. Nightmare is a very awkward move to use. You can use it on a sleeping Pokemon, and while it's in effect, they will lose a quarter of their health each turn. Which sounds incredibly potent until you realize it's only active so long as they're asleep. It is incredibly difficult to pull off. And if you manage to do it in a competitive arena, you've probably already won anyways. Okay, oh, I should pick up Oddish again. So need it for what's to come. first time seeing an Ekans. So we cut that down. Talk to this guy. And we get the Roar TM. So, unlike in the previous generation, Roar actually has a use now. Not only will it cause wild Pokemon to run away, or for you to run away from wild Pokemon, but if you're in a trainer battle and your opponent has any Pokemon in stock, it will force them to switch their current Pokemon out to a random other Pokemon. To balance it out, it will always go last, so you can't exactly cancel out their turns by doing this, but if they've been busy stacking up a bunch of temporary bonuses, it's a great way to just flush them out of there. So, back to over here, I done goofed. There's actually more than just unknown in this hole. Let's take a look. So you look at the floor here, notice a bunch of strange symbols, and all these symbols correspond with unknown. As we know, they have 26 different types, each corresponding with a different letter in the alphabet. So, what we've got is a secret message here. Our words shall remain here for the ages. Oh, that's nice. Just drop down this hole here. We're back in the ruins. Now, since we're here and we have the radio card, something worth showing off. This channel is only available in the ruins of Alph. Get your creepypastas ready. Okay, glad to be out of there. Let's swing around this way first. And we've got 3 berry bushes. Just kidding, they're apricorns. So, if you get a red apricorn and hand it over to Kurt, he will give you a level ball the next day. Level balls will help you catch Pokemon that are lower leveled than your active Pokemon. And this will get better and better the more the level difference is. Over here, blue apricorn. Pack is full. Let me keep those. Yes, toss that. Hold on to that. Probably offload some of these soon. Blue Epicorn. This is what will get us our lure balls. As mentioned before, this will help you catch any Pokemon that's been hooked onto a fishing rod. And Black Apricorn will get you a heavy ball, which is more efficient against extremely heavy Pokemon. Conveniently, a lot of legendary Pokemon tend to be above certain weight thresholds that make it very effective, though not necessarily the most effective ball. Oh boy, Metronome. Metronome will trigger any of the 251 moves in the game randomly. You're just as liable to get Blizzard, Growl, or Explosion. Oh hey, Growl. Thought that was a Metronome. Encore's a new move. It's a status move, and whenever your Pokemon receives an Encore, they will be forced to use the same move they used last until the Encore wears off. Usually, I think it's 2 to 5 turns. So as you see, we can't even choose which move we're using. We're stuck with Absorb. Oh! Well, aren't you cheeky? The Encore's done. I don't think Disable wears off. Unless you get disabled again, but I don't think I really want to play around with that. I will wake up, though. Since I scrapped an Awakening. Any day now. That sounds like a challenge. Okay, fine, I won't be cheeky. You satisfied? finally landed it. Now, do I think you've got a follow-up to it? Probably. You're very unlikely to use Hypnosis, at least. Yeah, there it is, Dream Eater. Fairly decently powered Psychic type attack, so that's not good for Molo. On top of hitting a weakness, it would also heal Drowsy up, proportionate to however much damage it does. You can learn Acid. Okay, so... in order to learn Acid, I would either have to give up my only attacking move, to replace it with another one, but not as good for Oddish in the first place, or give up one of these statuses. And Paralysis is a great status move, but in this generation it doesn't help your catch rates. Poison, Burn, and Paralysis will not affect your catch rates as they should be, so that's a point against it. But just in general, having them inactive for several turns is usually better than having them sometimes inactive and having a greater speed drop. Not always, there are uses for it, but I think it's what I'm going to kick out for now. There we go, Molo's finally bloomed. Now, I've got business back there, but I wanted to drop in here. Hi, I'm Bill. And who are you? Zebel, huh? You've come at the right time. I just finished adjustments on my time capsule. You know that Pokémon can be traded, right? My time capsule was developed to enable trades with the past. But you can't send anything that didn't exist in the past. If you did, the PC in the past would have a breakdown. So you have to remove anything that wasn't around in the past. Put simply, no sending new moves or new Pokémon in the time capsule. Don't you worry, I'm done with the adjustments. Tomorrow, time capsules will be running at all Pokémon centers. I have to hurry on back to Goldenrod and see my folks. Bye-bye! So, yeah, just casually, time travel is now a thing. Once you visit this Poké Center, you'll be able to go upstairs and initiate trades with red, blue, and yellow versions. And as Bill mentioned, you can't go in with anything that didn't exist before. So you can't have any new Pokemon in your party, you can't have any new moves on your Pokemon in your party. You gotta go in there absolutely compliant. Now, there is something later on that will help you become compliant. But for now, it's got limited uses. Unless you really are burning for something in your old game. But as you trade Pokemon in, if your Pokemon are holding an item, that item will be lost after the trade. You will not get it back if you trade back for it. But that said, some Pokemon that you trade into your game will hold items themselves that you obviously didn't put there. Oh, what am I doing? The Pokemon I'm looking for doesn't even come out until night. Okay. We head up here. Actually, it's bugging me. I want to drop off some of the items. My pack is too full. That's not where items go. Let's see, I'll be using these soon. deposit that. Might be useful in a pinch. Not using that. Not using that. I'll deposit that for now. If I need it, I can always dig it back up. There we go, now we got some room. I believe it's in here. My life is a lie. And we get the item finder. So there are hidden items throughout the lands. You will not see them, but if you press A in the correct spots, you will pick up. Usually something good. That item finder will let you know if there are any nearby. In fact, let's give it a whirl since we're already on our bikes. Yeah, Hyper Potion is one of those really good items. It heals a lot more than what we get at this point of the game. More than we need, really. Come on, down. 200 HP! We'll hold on to that for later. Next stop. So whenever I think of the second generation games, I think of this city. It is just absolutely steeped in Japanese culture. This is just the tip of the iceberg. We have 5 different kimono girls, and they will each have a different evolution. Good to see you, old buddy, but not with this Pokemon. Visit Wade, I'm busy. Alright, we've got Espeon. This is a new evolution from this generation. It is a Psychic type, so we will want to get Molo out of there pretty quickly. It is pretty heavy on the special side, both offensively and defensively. So you don't want to stick around with something that it's got an advantage on. And here we have the other new evolution, Umbreon. Dark type, incredibly defensive, both physically and offensively, and with a very unfortunately positioned sprite. Unlike most Pokemon, this one is facing to the right with its butt faced straight towards us. Keep in mind this thing learns Sand Attack. It's not a pretty sight. I think we'll go off with Poison Powder, because we might be here a while. Now, if you are really jonesing to try out one of the new Dark types this generation has to offer, in Gold and Silver, this was pretty much your only option until you've beaten the Elite Four. Crystal had opened up a little bit, but you're still starved for Dark types throughout the entire game. But at least they're here. There it is. Alright, so now we're at Vaporeon. Another defensive Pokemon. Thankfully, we've got the type advantage this time around. And finally at the end of the hall. You go up against Jolteon. This thing is incredibly fast and hits you very hard. Thankfully it's a bit more of a glass cannon. You just need to endure it. Well, I say he's incredibly powerful, but that's more on the special side. And thankfully I resist his special attack. Okay, now that we've battled all 5 of the Kimono Girls, we talk to this guy here. And we'll get HMO3, which contains Surf. Now, of all the HMs, this is generally considered the only one you actually want to put on your Pokemon. It is the most powerful Water-type attack that still has 100% accuracy. Just to say, it's not the strongest, but a lot of people really count on that accuracy. And it's generally strong enough. As such, we're putting that straight on TikTok. We gotta switch back to the bike. Oh. Alright, Odd Egg is finally hatching. It looks like we got a smooch him out of it. So I planned from the beginning that I was going to take whatever came out of this Odd Egg and add it to my team. So this is my third party member. Now the Odd Egg has a chance of hatching into one of 7 different baby Pokemon, and that's every baby Pokemon in the game outside of Togepi. Top of that, they have a special egg move in Dizzy Punch. Dizzy Punch is a fairly strong normal type move for this point in the game, and I believe it has a chance of inflicting confusion on the opponent if it lands. That aside, if you go and get this Odd Egg, 3 Pokemon you'd be able to catch in Crystal before the end of the game. The other 4 you would have no means of getting. Unfortunately, we didn't quite hit the jackpot there. You will be able to catch this thing's evolved form not too long from now. But that doesn't mean it's bad or anything. I think Murasaki will be a fine addition to the team. That's out of the way. So I want to take this. And teach it to TikTok. Alright, so these tiny trees, if you headbutt them, they may come out with a Pokemon. Now, there are 2 types of trees, and they are completely indistinguishable, and not only that, they are random every time you start a new game. Some of these trees will have high yields of Pokemon, some of them will have low yields of Pokemon, but each one will have a different set of Pokemon. Now, there are a limited number of sets, so you'll find the same encounters across multiple different areas that have headbutt trees. I'm getting the sense this is a low encounter tree. Let's move out into the room. Oh, we found one. Okay, so we got a Hoot out of that tree. And it's asleep! Pokemon you will find in that tree, you'll find regardless of what time of day it is. And if they're not up during that time of day, they'll be asleep by the time you find them. Unfortunately, the status is hiding their level. I expected you to be asleep. Oh well. So this is the morning time counterpart to Spinarak. And actually, I believe I've already given the bio on this guy. Even Rage is too much for it. Okay, well, that's one of the Pokemon I wanted to catch. But I also gotta find a low encounter tree. There's something there I want to catch as well. Well, certainly not encountering a lot with it. Oh, there's something. How could I not escape from a sleeping Hoot? Alright, let's use a little Emmy magic. It will execute a new Pokemon. Well, an old Pokemon, but new to this playthrough. riveting gameplay. Really, this was the common encounter tree all along. Okay, I think what I'll do then is that next Pokemon I want to catch, I will get it ready off screen for next week. Nobody got time to just watch a static screen go over and over again. My name's Yusin. I'm on the trail of a Pokemon named Suicune. And you are? Zebel? Glad to meet you. I heard rumors that Suicune is in the burned tower, so I came to look. But where exactly could it be? Critiques gym leader as to study what are said to be the legendary Pokemon, Suicune, Entei, and Raikou. Yusin is here, so I've decided to investigate the tower with him. So Morty there is the gym leader of the next gym we'll be visiting. But because he's here, he's not in his gym, which means we're not getting a badge from him until we get him to move. And I'm sure that up there isn't going to be significant at all. Oh, it's you. I came looking for some legendary Pokemon that they say roost here. But there's nothing here! Nothing after all the trouble of coming to this dump? No way! It's all your fault! Okay, so Rival comes out and he's leading with the Haunter, and we have the perfect move for it, but not the perfect level. Ooh, nasty. So Curse is a very interesting move. It is the only typeless move in the game. It has no type associated with it, and it has very different properties depending on which Pokemon use it. Now, when most Pokemon use it, it raises their attack and defense at the cost of lowering their speed a bit. But when a Ghost type uses it, they cut out half of their HP, and that's half total, not half remaining. And they put down, essentially, a sleepless nightmare down on you. This is dangerous. I guess we're sticking with TikTok here. So Magnemite, already mentioned, it is now part steel, so a lot of our moves aren't going to do a lot to it. Thankfully, still takes neutral damage from water, but we're going to take a lot if it knows an electric move and survive, which it didn't. Alright, back to the starter. Got an answer for that. Okay, so with poison being a physical type, that will lower our acid damage a bit. I think we're still going to be in 2-hit KO range. Molo's not going to do a lot here. So up to this point, if you've had to deal with a lot of Zubat, you might be familiar with their supersonic attack, which is very inaccurate, but will confuse you, which gives you all sorts of headaches. Like this one, that TikTok's delivering to himself right now. Well, Confuse Ray is supersonic, but without the chance to miss. This is why I hate battling wimps. There's no challenge in it. He's got a very odd perspective on reality. Whatever. You would never be able to catch a legendary Pokemon anyway. What are you doing falling into a hole? Some genius you are. Serves you right. Well, this is unfortunate. Well, maybe we'll find our way out this way. Okay then. I dug a hole here, too. I was shocked. Suicune raced by like a blur, right in front of my eyes. For 10 years I chased Suicune. I finally got to see it. I am all choked up. Zebo, I owe this all to you. Thank you. I heard that the legendary Pokemon of Equity test chosen humans by allowing them to get close. I'm going to track Suicune. Zebo, let's meet again. Farewell. That way. Climb on out. Now, I promise you guys, there are wild Pokemon in this area. But they're all Gen 1ers. And in fact, the only new Pokemon that we're going to find in this area that we haven't encountered in this game is Coughing, which is a pretty good bulky tank with the Poison Persuasion. So now that we've gone down into that basement, There's actually activity in this gym. The trainers here have secret motives. If you win, they may tell you some deep secrets about Ekritique. Unfortunately, Champ in the Making Guide didn't tell us that this is a ghost gym. I hope you have more than normal attacks at this point. Now, Murasaki is in grave danger in this gym, especially considering her levels. But we gotta build her up somehow, so we're going to be doing a lot of switching. Oh, that's just peachy. Critical hit and paralysis. Spite's a nasty move. New move to this generation. It will target a Pokemon that's already attacked, and will reduce the last move's PP by a significant amount. I think it's randomized in this generation, but they eventually settle it down to 5? There goes Curse. I didn't mention why Curse behaves so strangely. And that's because in Japan, it's a pun. Curse is called Noroi, which can mean either curse or slow. Hence the two different effects. Oh, and we're going to see what happens when you're cursed. You're just loading on the new moves here. Mean Luck is going to cancel out any switching plans we had. Once you're hit with Mean Luck, you cannot switch out. Just nasty considering we're paralyzed and cursed. Hello James, welcome to the stream. We are in Ekritique City. I forgot to check what knowledge that guy at the front had. Anyways, there is an invisible floor going on here. If you do not step on the correct tiles, you will be warped back to the start. Thankfully, it is mercifully easy to figure out the problem, but it's not outright spelled out for you until this trainer. Jim, what badge number? This is our 4th gym. We haven't made a lot of progress with badges tonight. Alright. There is a way around Mean Luck. Knock out the Pokemon that trapped you. And here we see that Curse can knock out a ghost Pokemon using it. Absolutely brilliant, since I think that's her last one. I don't want Scary Face. Scary Face will lower the target's speed by 2 stages. think that's effectively halving it. Yeah. What knowledge did you have? Use only ghost-type Pokemon. No, nothing useful. So the key to this gym... So what you have to figure out is that each of these trainers is facing towards a path. And so you take it up until you're right in front of the next guy, and then you move up. I know, man, it's like a whole year. Right, Nightshade. This will always do damage equal to the user's level. Being a ghost-type attack, it will not affect normal types, but anyone else, it won't matter what their type match-up is. Well, I should know how this path works. That one I'm going to blame on the controller. Good luck with that. Yeah, the mediums look so kooky. You want to use Curse? Yeah, TikTok's cleaning their clocks. Alright, with all the trainers cleared up, let's take a quick visit to the Pokémon Center. I hate to break it to you, Gina, but Wild Abras don't deliver close matches. But congrats on knocking it out with your Hoppip. And it's a good thing that this gym is in some sort of wormhole, where you can fall through the floor and land up, falling from the ceiling on the same level. Otherwise, OSHA might have a few words for this place. Good of you to come. Here in Ecruteak, Pokémon have been revered. It's said that a rainbow-colored Pokémon will come down to appear before a truly powerful trainer. I believe that tale, so I have secretly trained here all my life. As a result, I can now see what others cannot. Just a bit more. With a little more, I could see a future in which I meet the Pokémon of rainbow colors. You're going to help me reach that level. Alright, so starting off with Leader Morty, he's going to come out with a Ghastly. Morty has some of the most powerful Pokemon we've encountered up to this point. And yes, I am accounting for Whitney's Miltank. The good news is, by this point you are probably better prepared for what's to come than you were back then. Oh wow, we hit a speed tie? If two Pokemon have exactly the same speed stat, then it's basically a coin flip which one goes first, each turn. This could be a problem. Gengar, fully evolved Haunter. It's probably going to outspeed me. Let's give it a shot. Okay, good. Hypnosis is not the worst sleeping move, but it still isn't perfect accuracy, and if he's going to be pulling that on us, it probably means he's got either Nightmare, or Dream Eater, or both. Oh, there goes my emergency strategy, if he does put me to sleep. Lucked out. Oh no, I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. I'm not good enough yet. Alright, this badge is yours. By having Fog Badge, Pokemon up to level 50 will obey you. And at this point in the game, you are pretty much set if you are trading over Pokemon responsibly. If you were trying to break the game, you will still have your level 100s disobeying you for a while yet. Also, Pokemon that know Surf will be able to use that move anytime. I want you to have this too. It's Shadow Ball. It causes damage and may reduce special defense. Use it if it appeals to you. Oh, Shadow Ball! Ghost-type attacks are physical, but for some reason they made this reduce special defense on a hit. It is incredibly awkward to use, but it is a very powerful Ghost-type attack, and dreadfully needed after the absolute chaos Psychic types ran over first generation. This move alone on a significantly powerful Pokemon will take care of those problems. Alright. So with that gym taken care of, we can now surf, and a couple of things open up to us. But I think it would be better for us to hold off on visiting those just yet. I'll point out that they were available earlier when I get to them. And I'm almost good. I don't think Skiploom's gonna do anything that's gonna knock out Murasaki. If I'm lucky, it'll splash. Tail Whip is just as good. Want to see Murasaki from the front? Murasaki is the smoochum that hatched out of our odd egg that we got from the daycare center. You bird keepers and your crazy mohawks. Oh hey, we got to see Pursuit in action. Good on you for surviving, Murasaki. I am fully aware that it's a limitation of the technology, but I still find it great that the music bugs out whenever you use surf, as if the entire orchestra is getting submerged under the sea. Oh, here we go. Now this Pokemon's name is absolutely amazing. Devolved into Feraligatr! Yes, that's correct. F-E-R-A-L-I-G-A-T-R. It's a limitation. There are only 10 characters to work with. And apparently they were absolutely hyped to have this name, so they had to squeeze it in no matter what. To this day, they have not changed the name at all, so that missing vowel is there for keeps. Or isn't, as the case would be. But thank you, Birdkeeper Toby. It's good to know that your YouTube career has helped me reach new heights. Why am I using acid? It's a valid question you should be asking me right now. Ah, nice. Powder Snow is probably the weakest Ice-type attack out there. But it is an Ice-type attack. You'll get rid of Pound for it. You want to know what's wrong with using acid on Wooper? Well, to sum it up, Wooper is a water ground type, which means it resists poison type attacks, but it's 4 times weak to grass type attacks. I had a perfectly serviceable grass type attack at the top of my attack list, no less. Autocorrect using its powers for good, adding in those crazy French accent aigus. Aw, it's a Flaffy. So the entire Flaffy line has been unavailable to us because we're playing Crystal Virgin. You would have gotten this a little bit after Violet City beating Faulkner if you're playing any other version. It is a fairly slow but specially oriented electric type, and it's rather popular, especially for people playing through for the first time. It is not popular for Murasaki though, so switch over to Molo. Alright, Thunder Wave. Almost guaranteed paralysis. Which is to say, it will always connect, but it's got a very weird property to it. It's a status-type move, but usually, status-type moves don't care about the target's types. This one does. So if you're a ground type, you will not get paralyzed by Thunder Wave. That is correct, James. You've come to the wrong neighborhood if you think you can scratch my Murasaki. Hey James, so long as you're open to learning, you've done nothing wrong. Like, Pokemon is this weird thing that I absolutely fell in love with and have stuck with since it first came out. But I fully understand that it's not for everyone, and sometimes people only get caught up in Generation 1 before circumstances take them out of it. But if you're enjoying yourself and you're willing to learn, then you're in good company. Oh good, it's everyone's favorite Pokemon. Let's kill it with teeth. Sucks for you. This is a special type attack in this generation. Alright, Dana, another number you want to grab. She will hand out Thunderstones periodically. Oh man, James, I've been there. So I'm glad I can help you unwind after those days. Alright, new Pokemon Corsola. I absolutely love this Pokemon's design. It's so adorable! Water Rock type. Unfortunately, leads it to a lot of awkward encounters. It's set up to be a rather bulky creature, but unfortunately its typing doesn't quite deliver on that front. Like, Norman looks like a little kid. I think that's because the psychics in this game aren't little kids. Bit older than the youngsters. But still pretty down there. Not that there's anything wrong with prepubescent kids wielding unfathomable psychic powers that can rip apart the space-time continuum. What's the worst that could happen? So, we have come to the Miltank Farm. Oh, come on, nothing bad happened in Akira. Alright, so, little side quest here. We've got a sick Miltank, and I know what you're thinking. After encountering Whitney, you might not exactly be willing to help out here. But if you've saved up a lot of berries, you can start putting them into this little moo cow. Slowly, slowly, she'll get better. Oh, I'm out of berries. We'll have to come back for this another time. Actually... I'm not sure which Pikachu you're about to brag about here. Is it your shirt, your son, or your Pokémon? Actually not a huge fan of this setup here. Let's at least go for an attack. Did a fair bit. That did a lot more. Alright, it doesn't matter how dodgy you are. Your time will come. You again? There's no need to panic. I don't bother with wimps like you. Speaking of weaklings, the city's gym leader isn't here. Supposedly taking care of a sick Pokémon at the lighthouse. Boo-hoo. Just let sick Pokémon go. A Pokémon that can't battle is worthless. Why don't you go train at the lighthouse? Who knows, it may make you a bit less weak. Wonder if he has issues. Okay, so we are going to head back to that route, but first, let's comb the city, because there are a lot of goodies here. Let's talk to this guy. Just like that, we get a new HM, and we've actually been able to use this all the way back since we beat Whitney, but this is the first time we're able to access it. And here... get yourself a good rod. Suddenly, a lot more catches open up to you. The gem. Do I want to? Yeah, I think I will. So let's drop in here. Try out that new good rod. Well, that was quick. We'll probably hold on to it for a little while. Ah, Tentacool, the Zubat of the sea. I'll bring Murasaki back, don't worry. Oh good, it's a Magikarp. And it's one level too late for evolution. Man, this has been a lot of not the thing I want to catch. You'll know it when you see it, James. Here's a hint, it's not a Magikarp or a Tentacool. Well, this is not what I'm trying to catch, but it's an interesting find nonetheless. Shoulder's incredibly physically defensive, and it gets even better as you evolve it. Little put off that I got the 10% encounter before I got the 20% encounter. But that's probability for you. This tile is cursed. I'm gonna try this tile. See? See? It's just a matter of getting the right tile. So here we have Chincho with a very unique typing in Water Electric. I really hope this doesn't knock it out. It's going to be close. Perfect. Why didn't it affect Molo? It should have totally affected Molo. Okay. Lure Ball sounds like a good match for this. So Chincho is a very interesting Pokemon. First of all, absolutely love its design. It's so derpy and cute. And it's a cool anglerfish. Water Electric type, no other Pokemon with that sort of typing. And not in this generation, but in the generations to come, it has a unique distinction. It's one of the very few Pokemon that can actually resist the Bolt Beam combo, that being Ice and Electric types. Because just how their type charts match up, those two types combined can hit almost anything in the game neutrally, at worst. With that, we don't need the rod on speed dial anymore. Even if you aren't inclined to use a Chincho like I am, it is still a worthwhile catch. There are 3 different water-type HMs in this game, and put that together with Flash, it can cover a lot of your exploration bases. Deposit. I'm gonna deposit you. I've got a couple items in the PC. I should check those out at some point, shouldn't I? Actually, I know I've got several items in PC. I know I had to load it up because my pack was too full. Worth a shot. Okay, cool. Start with the Thunder Wave. Alright, so Flail is a fairly interesting move. It does pitiful damage if you're at full health, but if you are down in the red, and especially if you've got 1 health left, it can do immense damage back. So if this battle radicates way too far, we've got this in our sleeve. Ooh. Oh hey, 1 HP. Fainted. I should do something about that. Thunderstone achieved. I won't judge you for it. You get Thunderstones. Nice job, Murasaki. Okay, we are not going to be able to check that today, but that is one of the major reasons that you would want to be leaving money off with your mom. She will buy you unique dolls. And you can use those dolls to decorate your room. It does absolutely nothing for you as far as gameplay is concerned, but it's a nice customizing touch. Okay, creepy lady in the grass. I'm curious how this matchup will go. Pidgeotto, why? I just wanted to beat you senseless so that a little girl could learn stuff. Stupid anti-intellectual Pidgeotto. Stimmying our fine educational system. You know, while we're at it, you know what a good move is? Not water gun. Hello, Mew1991. Welcome to the stream. Magnemite, get those fastballs ready. Now, Magnemite, I know you're here too, but I don't honestly care about you. I'm looking for something a little more special. I would consider this less special. But good try, game. Love for there to be a better place to find this Pokemon, but I think these two routes are the only ones it's on. You can growl at me and shake your butt all you want. I ain't got time for you. Hello, Zoe the Vixen Wolf. Welcome to the stream. What am I currently doing? I am looking for a certain Pokemon. Available only on this route. Eevee? No, you will not find those anywhere in the wild, unfortunately. Want to see my team, okay. Got newly acquired Murasaki. Unfortunately, is unconscious, so she's not very sociable at the moment. I hope you'll forgive her. Got a new Floodlight. Molo the Gloom. And good old TikTok. This is very close to what I'm looking for. But it's not quite it. Tauros is a very solid Pokemon overall. Plenty of speed, decent bulk, good offense. And of all things, it can help you cross the ocean. That would be the one, James. Just use Psychic and Miltank dies. Well, that's not my goal here, but I assume you're talking about Whitney, so I'd be very interested to know how you got Psychic at that point in the game. Oh, that's some dedication. Amen to that. Safari Zone is a big headache. But there are worse things than the Safari Zone. No, I don't mean caves. Really? 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 I thought I may as well just catch it, but looks like Floodlight had other plans. Hey! There you are! Now I can be Whitney too. There's frustration manifested through Floodlight. It was super effective. Surf is going to do way too much. I think we can chip it down with Flail. We gotta be careful if it starts damaging me, I'll start doing more to it. Do I get greedy? No, I think I'm good. TMI, but thank you. Before I go in there, I want to check one more thing. You should be... I thought there was another trainer that you could get the phone number up from here. Guess I was wrong. At least I'm not doing a Nuzlocke, indeed. I think I'd still be doing fairly okay. I can't recall if TikTok has ever been knocked out. Okay. So, we heard something about a sick Pokemon at a lighthouse. Let's go take a look. It's a very interesting paint job they've got on the inside here. How tough are you? Level 20. You are fully evolved, though. I don't think I'm gonna risk that. Is Batman's butler Alfred in a lighthouse? Someone's gotta maintain the bat signal. Unfortunately, that flail was a little underwhelming. Hoping to at least finish it off there. signal was on top of the police station? I believe so. I'm not that familiar with comic books. But that sounds about right. I know Commissioner Gordon is standing right next to it very often. Yeah. I'm aware Molo could get through this a lot quicker than Floodlight could, but Molo doesn't need the XP. Yeah, that lazy Gordon. Not wanting to run all the way out to the coast, up to the top of the lighthouse to activate the bat signal, so he had to move to the top of the police department. Okay, now I'm willing to speed it up a bit. Hey, when all you've got is a crushing wave of destruction, all your problems just look like beaches. Boo. Okay, I think this is your debut, Narasaki. That's a lot of birds. Zoe, are you suggesting that the illustrious birdkeeper Theo is in it for the chicks? How dare you? How dare you? I'll have you know he runs a very respectable band with his two brothers. I will not have you tarnishing their good name. This is a bad matchup. Let's fix that. My Pokemon are starting to hurt, but I don't want to walk all the way down again. Good thing there's gravity. How are your bones not broken? It's just a fall of, say, an average 7 to 8 feet. You're fine from that. Just tuck and roll. Why does the lighthouse have holes in the floor? It's health and safety nightmare. Can't say I disagree. It's a good thing that there's a sick Pokemon situated at the very top of this lighthouse. Maybe they could break their bones from that height if they fall poorly, but if you know how to fall, that shouldn't be too big an issue. Not something you want to repeat too often, no, but it's easy to survive that without breaking any bones. You land with a thud. That I can't argue with. The thud's not from the impact of me hitting the floor. from the fireworks, an earthquake machine that I just carry around with me everywhere, so that I look dynamic and badass whenever I fall down. I agree, it's from me impacting the floor, badassfully. Oh, was not prepared to go higher. Oh man, watch out! Sailor Ernest! If only I had a psychic type attack. Do I have to fight him? I want my execution points. Remember, kids, love comes easiest from friends and family.
This Pokémon always kept the sea lit at night, but it suddenly got sick. It's gasping for air. I understand that there's a wonderful pharmacy in Cianwood, but that's across the sea. I can't leave Amphi unattended. May I ask you to get some medicine for me, please?
No. Paloo! Don't worry, Amphi. We'll get you your medicine. And we'll get it for him next week. I'm sure he can wait that long, right? So compared to last week, it might not seem like we got a lot of progress, but that Pokédex is filling up. We got 2 new team members, and trust me, the badges are just gonna come pouring in next week. So thank you everyone for coming on out. Until next time, take care.